Hello everyone and welcome back to another vlog about mental health. I'm doing these mental health vlogs to just, air all the thoughts that I have about certain issues that I'm facing as I face them. And it's changed a lot over the last month or so. I know it's been a while since I last did one. I did have major ups and downs, up to a point where I thought my depression had hit me like full on again. Didn't want to do anything. I didn't feel any joy anymore. I didn't feel any highs or lows. It was just the same. I had no motivation, no passion. I was on autopilot. Everything I did was autopilot and nothing really touched me anymore. And that was very worrying. And the strange thing is that, yes, I do have depression, of course. That's something I'll always have to deal with, but it comes and goes in waves of severity. And I was really worried that I was on my way to being really bad again. I react very strongly to certain foods. It's not so much an allergy, it's more of just a bad reaction to certain really normal foods that you wouldn't think people would have a reaction to. So I start cutting everything out again, including my supplements, and I feel a lot better. So it was definitely something that was in my diet that was causing a negative effect on my mood, which is, it's good that I found out, but it's also incredibly, I don't know, it's just another limit on my life, and I already have so many. And yes, I know I am lucky. I'm a lot luckier than most that suffer similar conditions, but it's just, everything's restricting. And my mom used to say, you can put Dinny in a golden cage, but she will die in that golden cage. You need to set her free. And that's the same thing with anything in my life. Like, if I don't have the freedom, I will wither away. And I can't help that. I just feel so caged. And I have that with like limitations on what I can do as well. And then food is one of those things that I seek a lot of comfort in, and then when I don't get that, then that's really hard. So anyway, I'm feeling slightly better in general. Today is not such a good day, hence I am vlogging. I wanted to discuss the fact that I always feel like I am the problem. So this goes with everything, like almost everything in my life at the moment. I think it partially comes from the fact that I've always had issues with my health, like physical health and mental health, because of trauma and all that, and genetics, and hormones, and food. So I've always had like quite a thick manual, if you want to put it that way, a large user guide. Which a lot of people find too much to deal with and they don't bother, which is fine. It's up to them. I don't need shallow people like that in my life. But that also makes you feel from when I was really little, I've always had this big impact on people because of that. And sometimes people didn't always react that nicely to it. Family, friends, supposed friends, classmates, teachers. I've had a lot of negative feedback, either through abuse, through violence, or being left out. I was always like with the group of kids that were picked last in everything. I was bullied quite heavily. Even the teachers bullied me. I've had very physically and emotionally abusive teachers. And that line of abuse kind of started when I was really young, like when I was 3-4 years old. In kindergarten, I was abused by the teacher there. She used to, do all sorts of things that I won't get into right now. I'll discuss that in another vlog when I particularly want to recall my trauma in detail, if anybody's interested in that. But I've been abused by authoritative figures from when I was very little onwards, and I've always tried to make friends, but they never stuck around. Now in my adult life, I have a few friends that have been with me for a long time, but it's still not that close friendship that I've always wanted, I've always wanted a best friend that I can confide in, could do stuff with, bond with, go out on trips together, all that kind of stuff, the stuff that you see in cartoons and like series, and I've always craved that, and I never had it. I've always had a lot of distance from people. And I still get that now, People say, oh, you're so cool. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you're so talented. Oh, all this praise. But will they stick by my side? No. Which is the way it is, I don't know. It just makes me feel like it's me, that I'm the issue. Because I see other people who are, like, not that nice a person, who are way more popular, way more successful, People just cling to them, and I'm like, well, there must be something wrong with me then, because I'm the only constant in this entire story. And even now, I try so hard to be there for people, to create content, to create art, try to get somewhere in life, and I just get nothing. And it's just so... You can only tell yourself so many times that it's just the way people are. And then you start, doubting that a lot. And today is one of those days where I feel it creeping up on me, where I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong in life? I don't understand. I try, I know I've done a lot of shitty things in the past because of trauma-induced behavior, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking probably specifically the last 5 or 6 years, where I've really started to come back to the person who I truly am, back to being caring and selfless and just wanting the best for people at all times, because that's who I am by nature. And it seems that the harder I try, the less I get. Like, people just don't want to connect. There's no feedback, there's no connection, nothing. I'm always the one on the bench, to say it in sports terms. I'm always the one that doesn't get to play the game, Unless someone's particularly desperate, then they come to me. Oh, when people need stuff from me, they're there. Yes, of course. Because they know that I will help them. And then as soon as they're feeling better, they're gone. And I've had that all my life as well. And I expect that now from people, to just use me until they're in a better place themselves, and then I'll never see them again. And it's like... And I don't particularly want to change being nice and helpful. But even with art, I try so hard and I don't seem to get anywhere. I try so hard with streaming, doesn't seem to get anywhere. I try so hard with YouTube, doesn't seem to get anywhere. I try so hard to get fitter, doesn't seem to go anywhere. I just keep on getting knocked back, or nothing happens at all. And I find that so hard to deal with. But people really, I don't understand. The thing that I hate the most is then when you ask what can I change and they say nothing. I'm like, well, obviously there's something you don't like about me, or you're just a shitty person. I don't know. You know? It's either I am the issue, or you're just being a shithead and you don't want to get involved. Or it's both. Yeah, that really gets to me. Like, when you're just brought up on abuse and abuse and abuse from very young onwards, and people not wanting to really be friends with you, or very minimal friends with you, you know, the occasional message when they feel like it, or, you know, when they need something. Do I to change myself even more? Not be myself, you know? Try to be popular, try to be normal, pretend everything's okay, because that seems to work for a lot of people, you know? Just pretend that everything's okay, don't talk about your problems, you know? Just keep disconnecting from everyone, and then everybody will love you because they think that you're just wonderful and nothing could ever touch you. And why that is so appealing to people, I do not understand. I'd rather have a down-to-earth person that's honest and truthful. But that's me, apparently. That's just me. Yeah, and then you have the added bonus of me getting older as well. I think that is really against me now too. I'm too old to be liked. I've never had any disillusions about how difficult I can be. And I mean that in a way of, I have a lot of likes and dislikes, and I have a lot of ways where that I like certain things, and there's also this whole user manual when it comes to my health, and I know it's a lot for people. But then, you know, don't pretend that you like me if you don't like that kind of thing and you don't want to put the effort in. That's the thing I don't get. You know, don't say, oh, what I hate the most is when people say, oh, I'll be there for you, and then they're not. Or they want to be your friend, and then they're not there. You know, that's not friendship. That's not being there for someone. That's bullshit. That's not being supportive. And it just, yeah, then you just think, well, it's me. You know, I'm not worth it, so there you go. I'm on my own. And of course, this is not like, I do have some, like I said earlier, I do have some friends that I hold very dear. I don't want to be liked by everybody. That's the other thing. That's not what it is. It's just the whole red line in my life is, it feels like I am the issue. And I can't say that it isn't, because I know that this world really likes things to be neatly boxed and, you know, normal and just conventional. And I'm none of those things, so even on my most normie days that I've had, where I try to fit in, oh my god, I try to fit in. Like, I have my hair, normal hair color, I took most of my piercings out, you know, I tried to be normal, and I was so miserable. That was probably such a bleak year for me. Oh, when was that? I went back to my own hair color for the first time since I was 13. I think it was 2014, 15. Oh, 15 probably. 2015 was a really bad year for me. I think that's when I temporarily went back to my own hair for a little bit. Yeah, that was not good. That was not a good time. So, you know, so I'm left with this problem, because if I'm the issue and people don't want to know me, don't want to put the effort in, don't want to support, don't want any connection whatsoever, whether it's personal or career-wise, or I don't know, then, you know, I can't change myself because I tried. I tried to be something that the world finds acceptable, and it made everything so much worse for me. Well, let's just say I was in a very, very bad way that year that I tried to be normal. Very bad, and that's putting it mildly. And I'm glad I escaped it, and I'm glad I'm back to being who I want to be, which apparently is not very desirable. So yeah, that's my thoughts today. I'm feeling quite lonely and left out. I'm sure once I'm in a better place, eventually, once I finally get treatment, I will have more strength to deal with these things and not care so much. But today is not one of those days. Today I feel like I'm always the one on the outside looking in. Anyway, let me know if you have similar feelings like that. I know a few of you do, and I'm sorry, but we'll stick together. We'll just make our own little group, right? Alright. Much love to you all, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.